What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Austin in China coming at you from the iBox here in Chengdu, Sichuan, China. And we are going to be talking about the border situation because all of those expats who left for Spring Festival holiday last year and got stuck outside of China and have been unable to return, guess what? You're coming back. I was on my WeChat last night, I was scrolling through the news and I saw an article from the Waijiao, this one right here, and it was talking about this new regulation that just had been passed yesterday, and awesome, September 28th. Let's talk about it. A little bit of background, back in March, China basically just shut the borders down to everyone except Chinese citizens. It didn't matter how long you were going to be gone from China, it didn't matter why you left China, it didn't matter what nationality, nothing mattered. If you were a foreigner, you were not allowed to come back into China. But in the last month or two, China started loosening things up, saying if you're from this country, this country, this country, and you have a valid residence permit, you can come back. The thing that's happened to people is they left for a trip and then they got stuck outside of China and their residence permit expired. So this new regulation that came out like a month ago or so didn't help them at all. They were still stuck outside of China. The big change that's happened now though is that if you have an expired residence permit and you want to come back to China, you can now reapply for a residence permit. You can renew your residence permit and come back to China and live your life, provided that the reason you're coming back to China is unchanged. Example, I work at Sichuan University, teach English, I am on a Z visa, work visa, everything's legal and great. Okay, I go back to the USA, I get stuck, and I'm suspended without pay because I can't come back to China and do my job. This has happened to a lot of people. They are still technically employed, but they're not being paid because they're not in country to perform their work duties. So it's those people, which is a lot. Those people can now come back to China. Visa class hasn't changed, work hasn't changed, employer stays the same. Awesome, welcome back. But the thing is, you're not gonna be able to just hop on the next flight, come back over, everything's great, welcome back. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You're gonna have to apply for a new residence permit, provide all that documentation, blah, blah, blah. Once you get that, then you're gonna have to book your flight and get a COVID test within 3 days of you leaving. And then once you get back into China, you're gonna have to do another COVID test and you're gonna have to go into quarantine. And while you're in quarantine, you may have to do a few more tests. So there's a lot of steps going on here. I believe you'll have to do a test at the beginning, middle, and end of your quarantine period, 2 weeks. Okay. Ooh. The thing about the quarantine is you're gonna have to pay for that yourself, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. You'll probably have to pay for the COVID tests yourself as well, though the COVID tests, it's like 100 yuan or 150 yuan or something. It's negligible, but the hotel is not negligible. But once you do all those COVID tests and you go through quarantine, you are back in China and you're living your life here, you're back at work, everything's nice. But if you're applying to come to China for the first time, let's say you found a new job, you want to come over here and do something, you're still stuck for the moment, unfortunately. It's not, no new people. So the old China hands can come back, but the new people, it's gonna be a little bit longer. And once that happens, I'll let you know, of course. And yeah, I'm really happy about this because finally I'm gonna get to see some of my friends that I haven't seen in almost a year. I'm gonna be able to just catch up with them. They're gonna be able to go back to work, and it's, oh man, it's great news. And with that, I think I'm gonna end the video. If you like these news updates, let me know. Click that like button. You can check out my Patreon. I would love that as well. Link will be down below or in this card above. And let me know if this video has been helpful. What's your situation been like if you've been one of those people stuck outside of China? I'd really like to know. But I think I'm gonna end the video here because I think it's gonna rain in a second. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.